Hello everybody, welcome to the sound test room. Today we are taking a look at the marvelous Koala Sampler, and I'm going to just show you some cool stuff you can do. We're going to be focusing, I guess, on resampling as well. I'll do quite a detailed thing on resampling from within the app. Now Koala is an AUV3, it's also multi-out, but we're just going to be looking at the standalone app today and the cool stuff you can do just with the app. Okay, so first of all, I'm just going to go to this sequence. I've got this little sequence going. I'm going to select this first part here, and I'm going to play the sequence I've got. So the sequence, right, is just made up of all these samples that we have here already. And it's been played in various different ways. I'm going to go through all this kind of stuff for you so you can see just how ridiculously powerful Koala is. It's so good. Right, okay, so let's just play this. So very cool. So lots of resampling was done there. First thing I'm going to show you is how to resample like from this page. Okay, so there's a couple of ways you can do this in Koala. Now I have my Midi keyboard hooked up as well, and you'll see that I can play all these samples via the Midi keyboard as well. And if I scroll over, I have 4 pages of these sample slots that I can fill up with different samples. And also with the sequence, I have pages and pages of sequence data that I can also fill up. Right, okay, so let's go back to this. First of all, to resample from in the app, you might think, well, what's the point of that? Well, I'll show you. Okay, so we changed this here to resample from app. And what that does is takes the output, anything that Koala hears as an output, and turns it into the input. All right, but it will not cause a feedback loop. The developer has put special code in. It will never ever cause a feedback loop, so don't worry about that. So what we're doing now, actually, we're hearing the output. Okay, and if we just do this from normal again, it sounds exactly the same, right? So let's do this, resample from app. This are your input effects, so what comes in via the microphone. So if I put, say, this reverb on this, it's much bigger, right? We only have a few effects here, like more bass, some top end fuzz, robot, reverb you've heard, I think that's octave up and octave down, and the last one is a bass synth time thing. Right now it's pretty cool. So this is one of the nice ways that we can do this. What we do is we hold down one of these pads. So in a sec you'll see this will just light up, my finger will be on it, and then we just hit the pad we want to resample. Okay, so hold an empty pad to record and hit the pad you want to resample. Okay, so I'm going to touch this pad here now, and you'll see my finger's on this, so when I let go, it will stop recording. It's actually recording now, but let's do this. We've put our reverb on, and I'm going to let go, which will stop recording. And there it is. Now, make sure you switch off the effect or you'll hear it. So now we've resampled this from that. Now you'll see I'm tapping this once. Let's go into edit. So hit edit. And we're editing this sample. And this is all that portion of the sample where I was just talking. So we don't need that, do we? So let's go to tools and we'll just go... Well, we can just crop it or trim silence. Crop it's better. Now, we don't need any of that there, I think. So again, I'll just crop that. Now we've got this. And I can adjust the volume, obviously. I'm going to hit this on one shot. So when I tap it, it will get the full release. We can reverse. And I could bring this in so it kind of, you know, comes in really quick like that. Let's go back to the end. And let's take the reverse off. We can have it loop. So if I switch loop on, it'll just kind of, as long as we have hold on, it won't loop. It will if we hold it, but, you know, if you want it to loop and cool beans. Let's take this back out. Oops. Sorry about that. I'll just take it back out to the end. And I'm going to just switch loop off and put it back to one shot. Now, what we can do, what's easy to do in Koala is we can pick one of these up and move it to another slot. But let's pick it up. Right, I'm going to hit this little B down here. You see, we can scroll between our different things. So I'm going to go to B. I'm going to touch it with my finger. Hang on, B. And now I'm just going to drop it in this first slot here. So in B now, I have this. So I'm going to make a copy of it and put it there. And I'm going to pitch it down. Cool. And what else can I do? I'm going to make a copy of that pitched down one and I'm going to reverse it. So I'm going to just do this. I'm going to make sure that we can drag that in. So from just a resampled and copy and pasting that snare drum, we've now got three different sounds. We also have an EQ. So for instance, if we like take all the bass out, okay, or top end, so that's your EQ. We're just swinging over the sequencer page there. So let's go to the sample. Right, okay. Now, if we go into sequence now, all right, let's go to another page and let's choose a blank sequence slot. So this is really, really cool. This is another cool way to resample. We'll select the slot. There's nothing in there. And I will just import another kick drum. So to import anything, we have a couple of options. Down here, you've got something called samples. This is stuff that comes with Koala. So if we go into basics here, you've got some bass chords, drum hits. I don't know if there's any A minors in here. It doesn't really matter. It's a C minor 9. But we've got some kits. Let's see, kits and some 808s. We've also got some drum hits here. So we've got some kicks. Let's find a kick. And these come with let me just scroll with my finger. So I'm going to take this kick and I'm going to drop it into this sample slot here. And we'll go back and find a hi-hat. We'll put that into that sample slot there, like that. And yeah, that'll do for now. Oh, maybe a snare. We'll import a snare from somewhere else. Now I can also go back to the main page. In songs, scroll through all my songs and use any of the sounds from them. That's a drum pattern, we don't want that. But here's another way. If we just drag up a little bit here, and I'm going to use Sample Crate, we can drag and drop from the Files app. Now you can't, I will say a limitation, and this is not a limitation of Koala, it's a limitation of iOS. Apps can't really access from directly within the app. They can't access other stuff, kind of thing, apart from iCloud Drive. So if you try to say add location, you can add whatever's on your iPad, or you can add iCloud Drive, but you can't add Audio Share or Dropbox, right? All my stuff's in Audio Share, and I'd like to be able to use it, right? So we drag up here. I'm going to use Sample Crate. So I'm just going to pick Sample Crate up here, drop it in the side, and go and find some sort of, I don't know, something that might sound like some sort of snare. So if I go all the way down to TSTR one shots here and then find some snares, I have some in here somewhere. There they are. I can audition them because I'm using Sample Crate. I'll use that and I'll just drag it in and stick it there. So that's how you do it from something like Sample Crate. We can move this, move it out the way, move that out the way now. So now I'm just going to do a bit of finger drumming. Hang on. So I'm going to go to sample here and make sure this is on one shot. And this one is on one shot. And I'm going to trim, right, so we can zoom in. I'm going to move it along to the end. I'm just going to trim this. Okay, and I will just go, we'll just crop that. So now we've got that. Don't need all that extra space at the end. Do this, get a bit more just to be on the safe side. And I'm going to crop that as well now. So let's go back to our sequence here. Oops. And I'm going to enable the metronome and press play. Now at the moment, you'll notice that if I go to this one here, you'll see it's on 4 bars. This one is on 1. I'm going to record 4 bars of this. So change this to, and I'm going to double it up again. But you can have, I don't know how many bars you can have, but it's, you know, it's a lot. We could double that up again. No, we can have up to 36 bars. So let's just take this back down to, what did I want? 4 bars. Okay, 4 bars for this. So 4 bars, I'm just going to press play. Now I have it set up to have it give me a counting. We do that in settings here. So we go for, say, counting 2 bars. I think we can have probably up to 1 or 2. So I'm going to have 2 bars, enable audio share. Well, I've got that switched on as well. So I don't know, maybe that means I can import from audio share. 1 shot hold to record, audio settings here, Midi settings, extras. You can choose a background and the way the background effect works. You know, see, I've got this picture of the stormy seas here. Anyway, so let's just go okie dokie. So now I'm going to press record, and that's going to give me a 4 bar counting, and I'm just going to tap a few of these in. So and now I've recorded that in. Now what's also very cool now is I can choose to look at this sequence. Let's switch our switch record off. And if we scroll around, you'll see that we have our sequence data there, and then we can do further editings, like we can move this stuff around, reposition it, add notes in if you want to. Well, I don't want to. And you'll see that these down the side, let's just do this. Right, you'll see that all these that say A and they're highlighted, these all have samples in them already, and you'll know, because if we scroll up now, you'll see we've started to use part B as well. Okay, anyway, so you know how to do that. You can close this at any time you like. There's also very cool things you could do with MIDI with the piano roll as well. Right, okay. So we've got this. Let's add something else to it, shall we, before we do any resampling of it. So let's play and just have a quick practice. Right, I'll just record something in. Okay, now we've got that. Very cool. So you might be thinking they're a bit loud. I've just recorded another note there, it doesn't matter. Yeah, let's see where I recorded the extra snare hit. There, don't want that. Oh, sorry. Did the wrong one. I think it's this one here. Yeah, it is. Perfect. Radio. So I need to just make a little edit. Perfecto. Right, okay. So let's now this is super cool. We know that Koala has a load of perform effects, right? So if we play our sequence, and if we press hold, these effects will hold. Reverse. We have reverb. Now, the thing is now, there's no way to apply the effects to the sequence. They're performance effects. However, with resampling, we can fix this. All we need to do is make sure our effects is on hold. Let's hold this. Let's play it. Sorry, and let's add some effects in. That's cool. Now, that is going to be on absolutely everything. If I play, whatever I play, it's going to be on it. And I only want it to be applied to this, and I want it to sound like this when it's playing back. What we do is in the menu here, in the menu, you will see a thing that says resample loop. We hit resample loop and it records the loop into the next available empty slot. Remember, we had one blank there, and then we went to B and did that. So the next resample one I use will go there. But that is the resampled effects. And if we look at our perform effects now, there's nothing there. We've taken them off. And if we even actually look at our sequence and play, maybe go to this one. So this is just a clean dry signal, and this is the one we've just applied all those cool effects to, right? So all we need to do is record this to this sequence now. And this is where it starts to get real fun, right? Because now we've got an affected version of this loop here. So all we need to do is make sure we're highlighted on this. Well, we don't need to highlight it. We just need to press it when we want to record. Let's give ourselves a count in. Oh, wait. I'm going to undo that and make sure I'm selected on this. That's my mistake, sorry about that. This should be ordered. Yeah. Select the slot you want to record into. Now, don't forget to set the bar length, which we know is 4 bars. Okay, select on it. Sorry. Oops, take that out. Make sure we're selected and we'll get going. Here we go. Stop record. Okay. Right. There'll be a very slight cut here for you guys because I have to go and do something. Won't be a minute. Okay, we're back. Right. Okay. So what we're gonna do next is I'm gonna show you how to do this with a single sound. Now, to resample this way, which we've just done with this, you have to create a sequence, right? There's no other way around it. It has to be a sequence. I'm going to set this to 4 bars now. Actually, yeah, I'll set it to 4 bars now just for consistency. But I'm going to go back to sample the bank B here and go to sample. I'm going to import an instrument now, a single noted instrument. So I'm just going to go to sample crate here. I hope you're finding this interesting. I sometimes feel that videos like this are a little bit boring sort of thing. Electric pianos. Let's see what we've got. Now I record all my samples, all of them, if it's a pitch sample in C, because samplers will just automatically pitch to C4, and you know, if you've got different sample types, that's pretty cool, but it wouldn't work for this. It's quite nice, gnarly kind of road sound. So we'll drop that in there like that, and we should move sample crate out the way now. So now we've got this kind of. Let's go to our edit window, and well, for the start off, let's put it on 1 shot. So radio. I'm going now to go to sequence. I'm going to choose this. I'm going to hit keyboard, and it's going to ask me which pad. This one. And now you see, if I so I think having that on 1 shot is probably a bad idea. Let me go back and switch that off. Go to sequence. Now if I play my MIDI keyboard, and I use my sustain, God, where's my sustain pedal gone? Here it is. But let's look at keyboard view. At the moment, this is a pentatonic. You have all these different scales that you can use, including chromatic. But I'm just going to go, look, drop down here and go keyboard. Thanks. Oh, look, I can see my keyboard now. And now I've got a perfectly playable electric piano. Now, something out with the sample. Let me go and have a look at it here. Yes, if I zoom right in. Oops. if I zoom in 2 fingers along there to the end of the sample, what am I doing here, Doug? Right. I'm just going to, there's a little bit of nothing happening there, see? So I'm going to just crop that right in. And now I've got super fast release. In fact, just for the purposes of this, I'll just go to tools and crop it. So, but I know my and it's look, it's got a little keyboard on it as well. I know that this is in C. So from one note, we've got a really good playable instrument that works with the sustain pedal. I think this is awesome. Right, so here we go. Here's the king. And this one note C. I am going to just play it like that till it fades out. Well, till about there. I wonder how long it takes to fade out. I bet it's more than 4 bars. So I'm going to increase this to 8 bars and hope for the best. I'm going to put this in here and I'm going to make sure this is selected. I'm going to hit this, give us a count in. And watch this now, right? We're going to just sample this one note, but it has to be a sequence. So here we go. Perfect. Watch. Stop the record. Play it. It's just that one note, right? Let's go into our perform effects now. Let's play our one note. Let's put some maybe reverb on it. Let's play it again. Press hold. Maybe a bit of not so much keen on that. Maybe we can dirty it up a bit. Yeah, that's nice. So all I've got to do, remember, is make sure it's on the one. You don't want to be on this one or this one. Make sure you're on the sequence that you want to resample. Go in here, resample loop, right? And it's just going to put this, it's going to put it here. Here's our original, which we've still got. And then there's this one now, which is got all that dirty. And while we're in keyboard mode, by the way, you can select any of these, and so that we've now created this really, this really, go to sequence view, really grungy. And we don't need this. We can chuck that away. Bin. It's pointless. I only wanted to make a new sound. So if we play this one, too loud, right? So let's go into our awesome. Sounds really good, doesn't it? Right, so let's go back into C. I don't mean the tune, I mean the sound. So what we're going to do is we don't need to change this, by the way. Just going to copy this to there, and we're going to record some of those keyboards over this. Let's see. Yeah, that sounds okay. Stop. Give ourselves a count in. See, 2 bars is handy here. That was crap. Just undo it and then stop record. Undo, undo, undo. Right. Epic. And I can still mix. Copy that to there. Let's go into sequence. Come out of keyboard mode now. So we could record that in, say. Save. Always remember to keep saving. Brilliant. Okay, so what can I show you next before I go? So not long left now. I just want to show you one more thing. So you can literally spend hours and hours with Koala and just keep creating all these very, very cool things. And also, we might do another resample, but let's select this one for starters. And because we'll use it in a sec, let's just make it 4 bars. Let's go back to our sample here. Now, you can pick any sample you like from either page and make it do some very cool stuff. This was a reversed one I put in. So we're going to go to this page here, and I'm going to import another sample. Let's just see. Let's do it from sample create. Here. Okay. We'll do something. Let's go back. Maybe look at some sort of something that might sound interesting doing this. I want something relatively short for now. So oh, I know. A good one to show you on this would be something like maybe something from Joe's samples here. Yeah, this will probably, we've got some plant food pellets, right? Or these pots and pans. I think with the pots and pans might be really good. We're going to drag in this sample anyway to there. And first off, we can just select it here. We'll normalize it first. So here you go. I'm going to hit it one shot so you can hear it. Turn it up a bit actually. And don't forget, if this wasn't like, I could resample this onto another pad with a compression. This is fine. Right, now watch this, right? This is so cool. Hit stretch. You'll see at the moment, look, this has taken 8 bars to play, right? Stretch it to 8 bars. Let's see what happens if we say, well, I only want this over 4 bars. And we'll use modern. So now it will sound like it's slightly pitched up. Let's go to stretch. Let's go to this again, but let's choose something like retro. Okay. Maybe this wasn't the best sample to show you this on, but actually, let me have it loop. There we go. Hear this? So it's like repitching now. Maybe if we have this over 16 bars now. See how it's changing the sound? It's going to stretch this over 16 bars. Which is very cool. Or custom? Maybe how many can we do custom? Let's see, duration custom 16. How many could we do? Oh, max is 16. Oh, maybe we could go all the way down to 1 though. That might be fun. Actually, that sounds... I like the repitch one. Okay, so we've repitched this now over 1 bar. Let's resample that, shall we? So let's just switch hold off a sec. Let's go to sequence. I want to... Well, first of all, maybe I can do a resample from... Yeah. Maybe we can do a resample from this. Go to resample from app. It's already in there. So I'm just going to have a look at some of these effects. More bass. Perfect. So let's first do the more bass. I'm just going to hold this next pad. Okay. Brilliant. Let's see now. I'm going to copy this over there because I quite like that. We're going to do some maybe reverb. No, don't like that. Down. Or turn it into a bass synth. No, finish with those effects. So now what I'm going to do is go to sequence again. Choose a blank sequence slot, which was already selected for 4 bars, so that's fine. And I'm gonna record that in there. So let's give ourselves some metronome. Mistake. Right. So what I did there is instead I want this. I've already got a clean copy of that, so I'm gonna go to Perform Effects here. Switch on hold. Oh, no. I was right the first time. What an idiot. Right. I need to make the sequence first. Right. Okay. Easy. Sorry about that. Okay. Don't forget we've only got to go in a short amount of time, so let's go to our Perform Effects. Let's switch that off. Let's press hold and... Okay. It's a pity you can't record the movement, any? Okay, extreme. You don't need to stop it to resample neither. Hit resample loop. Awesome, and there it is in our next available slot. Looking very strange. And then we can carry on editing. So this is the last thing I'm going to show you. This is where you can get bonkers. It's resample. Let's have it on one shot. Let's stretch this over 8 bars. It's good. Press OK. And hit it again. So, you know, it's just too cool. We've got, you all right there, darling?
Yeah.
Right. So there you go, guys. That's it. There's some of the cool stuff you can do, Koala. I haven't quite finished with Koala yet, so I am going to be doing some other tutorials for it as well, where we do, but I'll build a track from scratch. But really, I wanted to focus on resampling and kind of bringing in a pitched instrument and, you know, being able to play it on your keyboard. Yeah, awesome stuff. You've got loads of other tools as well. You've got split stems, trim silence, all that other cool stuff. Normalize. It's epic. Sampler is sampler. Koala is awesome. It really is good. So there you go. We've got lots of things going on. So if you're watching this video premiere, thank you very, very much for joining us. Bless you all. Don't forget to strike that like, subscribe, all that cool stuff. Consider becoming a patron. That's for anybody who's not. And yeah, I'll see you all very soon. I'll just play around with this this little track we've got, shall I? Just for fun. See what we've got. And yeah, I'll see you all later. Ta-da! When we go select the first one. Ta-da! See you later. Bye.